All right, in Transit today talks about insurance, car insurance premiums climbing across the country. Some drivers are making a risky calculation. If they get into a minor fender bender, they're choosing to pay out of pocket and not tell their insurer at all. I'm thinking about it. I said, why would you? If you got into a fender bender, why would you tell an insurance company, right? Isn't that going to cause you even more grief? New reports suggest that more and more Canadians are quietly settling small collisions privately, worried that filing a claim will spike their premiums further. On the surface, sounds like really logical financial decision. But experts warn. Who are these experts? Some people warn there are legal, financial, and even insurance consequences that many drivers don't fully understand. Let's go to Curtis Killen, president of KBD Insurance. He's on the line. Curtis, welcome back to the show.
Hello, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Listen, I can completely understand someone getting into a fender bender and saying, let me just do this privately, because they don't want to get dinged. What should we all know about these scenarios?
I don't know. I don't know which experts are saying that you always need to advise your insurance company, but that's not necessarily true.
Thank you. So, and I just want to say that the word expert, I'm deleting it right now. It's the stupidest word. Deleted. There's no such thing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, how it works when you get into an accident in Quebec, we have something called the fichier central. I don't know what it is in English, but so when you give me your driver's license number, I'm an insurance broker. I go into the file. I can see all of your claims, okay? So if you get into a fender bender, all you need to do is identify both parties. So you're going to get the information of the other driver. They're going to be able to identify you. And if that person goes to make a claim, it's going to go into the fichier central. You need to be able to identify both parties in order to file the claim. So let's say you hit someone and it causes only you damage their car, but there's minimal damage done to yours. It's going to cost $500. You pay out of pocket. In the fichier central, what's going to happen is it's just going to it'll show the incident, but it's going to say no money paid out. Uh-huh. So if you stay with your insurance company, they're never going to know. It's as simple as that. And then I just want to go back to the original part too, is basically the fact that in Quebec, people seem to forget this. When you get into a claim, you pay for the damages done to your car. The other person pays for the damages done to their car, regardless of who's at fault. So if the other person wants to make a claim, let them go make the claim. But for you, it's completely up to you if you want to make the claim or not. Gotcha. You don't have to advise your insurance company. That's not true. It's bad advice.
Okay, but could it possibly be illegal if you don't tell an insurance company about these types of things?
I've never heard of that law. And okay. if it is a law, I mean, some laws are actually enforced and some laws aren't. I've never heard of this law. And an insurance company is never going to get mad at you. We see it all the time. So if I'm doing a new quote for a driver, let's say they're insured with Desjardins, and I'm going to do a quote with Intact Insurance. Yeah. I get their driver's license number. I'm going to see the claims where the insurance company actually paid out. And then if there was an incident where the insurance company didn't pay out, I'll still see the incident. I still need to consider it, but it doesn't make that big of a difference. But here's the kicker. If you stay with your current insurance company and it's not a claim and you never got the insurance company to pay out, you're fine. Just go about your day. If it's a $500, $1,000, or even $2,000 incident, I would actually, we suggest to pay out of pocket.
Okay. So this goes right into my question. What are the things that you are thinking of in your head? Where's the balance between, okay, let me pay it, let me eat it, versus I'm going to claim it? How should all of our listeners be grappling with that?
It's a loaded question because car insurance, it's not really a claim is a claim is a claim. So whether, let's say it's considered responsible, whether the insurance company pays out $500 or whether they pay out $20,000, it's a responsible claim. It's going to impact your premium in the same way, in the same manner. So it really depends. One thing, though, that insurance companies do not like, and remember, like insurance rates are just based off of these fancy algorithms and actuarial accounting. That's all it is. So claims frequency is definitely something that they consider. And then to answer your question with regards to the threshold, it's kind of, it's up to each person. Look, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you can't afford $2,000, yeah, make the claim. If if you can afford it and it's $2,000 or $1,500, I mean, I would pay it. We suggest for all of our clients to consider having a $2,500 collision deductible. So that's for responsible accidents. $2,500 today is not like $2,500 from 10 years ago. So to keep the claims frequency down, we actually suggest that a lot. Go, look, I would just take it to a body shop and fix it yourself. It's going to be a lot quicker. You don't have to involve the insurance companies. So we suggest all the time. And honestly, if you can afford to pay it, it's generally speaking easier too. You have to get the claims adjuster to come look at it. You have to coordinate to get a garage. You have to do this. You have to do that. Like, the process is definitely a lot longer versus just going, hey, there's a little ding on my car. It's going to cost me $500. You go to the garage around the corner. They fix it in a day. It's done. But
could that be, because cars are so expensive now, everything's more expensive. Could the smarter thing and again, this lowers your premiums, if you that deductible, not a $500 deductible, you said $2,500 deductible, and you have the rainy day fund, that could be the best way of lowering your rates and keeping things in check.
Absolutely. Yes. We always suggest the higher the deductible, if you can afford it, we always suggest taking a higher deductible. It's going to drop your premiums. And I always say this too, you don't want to look at insurance as a maintenance package. It's not for the little dings and stuff like that. An insurance is for the bigger stuff. A tree falls on my house. It's going to cost me $100,000. Yeah, make the claim. I got into a big accident. It's going to cost me $25,000 to fix a car. Yes, make the claim. Stuff for that. But if it's going to cost $500, $1,000, I mean, if you can afford it, look, I know some people can't afford it, different situation, but if you can afford it, we suggest to pay out of pocket for those claims.
Let me ask you, Curtis, here, because you were talking about, when it comes to who's at fault, right? You're making a claim for your vehicle. The other person's making a claim for their vehicle. Doesn't matter who's at fault. But let me ask you on actual claims that go into that system, that centralized database you were talking about.
Yep.
Does that change anything here? Like, I think you'd want to avoid more claims where you were at fault.
Yes, absolutely. So when we type in the driver's license number, and then we see the date, we see the amount, and we see which type of claim it was. So we'll see if it was responsible, we'll see if it was non-responsible, we'll see if it was theft. Right away, because it's Quebec, collision, aka responsible claims, they penalize you more heavily for a responsible claim. If you have two responsible claims in like a 3-year period, your premium, I've seen cases where your premium doubles.
Wow.
So this is why I suggest sometimes, so let's say, for example, you have a responsible claim and it costs you $15,000 to fix a car. Yeah, make the claim. Let's say a year later, you get into another fender bender, you hit someone from behind, you're a bad driver, you weren't looking or whatever, and it's going to cost you $1,000 to fix. I tell them, do not claim this. You're going to have two responsible claims on your file. Your premium is going to go through the roof. Don't claim it. So back to the original point, and I'm happy you pointed it out, experts. I think it's a term thrown out a little bit too
worse. It's like run, when you see the word expert in a headline, you run for the hills.
It drives me nuts. I'm like, oh boy, can't wait to read this.
Yeah. Finish your thought there though, Curtis, on that?
No, I was just going to say, like, so when we're in the Fichier Central, the database for all the claims, we see the data. Responsible claims definitely have more of an impact, and then claims frequency also has a pretty significant impact. So I'll just give you, I know we're short on time, but I'll give you another example. Let's say you have two non-responsible claims, so you're penalized less heavily. But let's say you get into another non-responsible accident, it's only going to cost $1,000, but now you have 3 non-responsible claims in 3 years. You're still going to be penalized by the insurance company.
Yeah, because the insurance company is like, this guy or this woman, they're doing something wrong if they're getting into all these non-responsible accidents.
Yes. And at the end of the day, I'll just say this again, everything is based on data and implied odds. Yeah. So it's not like some mean underwriter with a mustache, twirling his mustache behind the phone who's saying, I'm going to get this guy. A computer just goes, okay, this is data point 1, 2, 3, here's his price. That's basically how it works. So claims frequency has a huge impact on your car insurance premium, and responsible claims have a huge impact on your car insurance premium. And here's the last one. If you get into, let's say you're in your garage, you're driving and you ding yourself on the pole inside the parking garage, that's going to be considered a responsible claim.
Yeah.
But there's no second party because it's not an accident with another person. Don't tell the insurance company. No one's ever going to know.
Yeah, it can only hurt you. It can only hurt you.
Yes, like now all of a sudden you have a responsible claim on your file, And then let's say 6 months later, you get into an accident that you should be using your insurance for. Now you have two responsible claims. You're going to get hammered on your insurance.
Curtis, listen, fascinating stuff. Come back again, okay? I guess we could talk about this forever. I appreciate your time.
Yeah. I'm an open book. I can give you the data.
Reach out to Curtis Killen and his team. He's the president of KBD Insurance if you have more questions.
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This is Bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years.
And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.